empty cup. Just crack a smile and fill it up. Fill it up.
Welcome to the Malting Hour. I'm one of your hosts, Tony Golick.
No, welcome to After the Final Pour.
It's still the Malting Hour.
I know, but you usually say, welcome to After the Final Pour, brought to you by the Malting Hour.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Welcome to After the Final Pour. I'm one of your hosts, Tony Golick, joined always with...
Brandon Winninger.
Yeah, and this is After the Final Pour, brought to you by the Malting Hour. Thanks, man. Thanks for keeping me on my shit. It's an After the Final Pour for me. I'm on, like, my... No, fuck, it's been a long day. It's been a great day, man. It's been a good day. I got a nap in, and then I made some burgers on the grill. It's been a good day. Good Saturday.
Yum.
Good Saturday in Chicago.
Nice.
And we celebrated your son's birthday.
We did. A good time was had by all.
It was, and I think so. I think everybody had a good time. Our friend Ron busted out a brewery 2017 Chocolate Rain to share, which was unexpected.
Chocolate Rain. Yeah.
Yeah, that was, and then you had Revolution's Cross of Gold on
Still
tap.
have a little.
Yeah, and you got a keg of Revolution's
Cross of Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this was my first time having it, and I love that beer, man. It's really good. I haven't had any today yet, so probably after this I might do a pour, but super fucking tasty beer, man. Like it was between that and Riot. And a couple other ones, and I was doing like the Freedom ones too. And the reason I almost went to Riot is because all week I kept going to the site and looking at kegs available, and it kept saying Riot was out, and then there was a day it was in, and I was like, okay, cool. And then the next day it was out again. I'm like, is this beer that popular? I'm like, what?
Have you had Riot yet?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's their Kolsch. It's really good.
So I opted not to, but. So when I went to order, Riot was available, but I was like, I don't know if I've had Cross the Gold, so I got that, and I'm glad I did. So,
yeah, Cross the Gold is Revolution's delicious golden ale. It was one of their, if I'm not mistaken, flagship beers that were available in 6-packs and cases when they were in the stores, and I think you can still. Oh, hey Aggie, I think you can get Cross of Gold in a crowler at the tap room. I don't know if there's anything else other than maybe the Sixtel kegs. But Cross of Gold is just a good old fashioned golden ale. It's a beer drinking beer. You know, if that makes sense. Like, it tastes like beer. It's refreshing. It's crisp. It's a little hoppy. I wouldn't necessarily suggest it to new craft beer drinkers, but it is a nice middle ground of a kind of bitter, straightforward, kind of bready golden ale. It's really tasty. I love it. I remember not liking it for a while because I was like, that's when I was getting to my IPA phase where everything needed to be piney and fruity and bitter like that, and I was just like, Cross of Gold is boring.
Yeah.
And then when they took it away, I was like, fuck, I miss Cross of Gold. And about a month ago, I went to a wedding at the Revolution Brew Pub, and they had a bunch of beers on tap, and I drank a lot of beer that night, but I think I had like 2 or 3 pints of Cross of Gold that night. Thank you, Uber, for getting me home safe.
Yeah, and I mean that goes back to our the Hunker's Ale when we were having that. It was our first time having it in quite a long time. And what I found out, and I didn't know this, it's a regular staple most of the time at the Clybourne pub. I didn't know that.
Did not know that either. And now that I know that, it definitely brings me it's making me want to go back more.
What's crazy though is I feel like I don't look at their tap lists all the time, but every couple of weeks I go onto Goose Island just to see what they have on tap. Even if I'm not planning on going, because something might inspire me to go. And I may have just been looking on the days they didn't have it on tap, and I'm just like, okay, this is whatever. Because it never dawned on me that it actually was still a thing. I feel stupid for not knowing that, but
don't feel stupid, Brandon.
Knowing that they're kind of branching out a little bit more, I think they may kind of see the love for that beer again, and hopefully start pushing it out a little bit more. I mean, I don't care if they bottle it or whatever, but having it on more taps across the city is not a bad thing. So
I wouldn't mind having those in cans or bottles either, like to have it in my fridge every now and then, because that to me is a beer to just kind of it's a good beer to have when you don't want a pale ale or a lager or an IPA. It's, if I'm not mistaken, it's an English mild or a bitter, and it's just, I don't know, it's a different type of beer. It's very tasty, but this isn't the Goose Island wrap-up episode again.
no,
This is because the last couple After Final Pours we've done, these are all beers that you got or purchased when you went to Off Color. So we're doing another
Correct.
Off Color after the final pour. Brandon, what are we drinking tonight?
tonight we are drinking the gin barrel aged American Wild Ale with Rangpur limes added. Ooh, I heard that ambulance.
No, that was the sirens I set off once you've got done explaining the beer. I included that now in our recording.
I don't know if there's an official name to this. It looks like it was brewed for Chicago Craft Gin Week. What's interesting, and I was telling Tony before we started recording, was that this is a gin barrel aged beer that is only 6.8% alcohol. I've not tried this. I don't know if I've talked about this on the show. I'm not a huge gin fan.
We have talked about that, and neither am I until my wife, got me into those aviation cocktails.
Gotta come over and have your wife make me one of them there cocktails. See if she can turn me.
Yeah, dude, you'd like it. That sounds like a summertime thing. That'll be good. This beer, by the way, as soon as I opened it, I smelled the bottle. I like doing that sometimes. Heavy.
The bottom of the bottle?
Yeah, it
smells good.
Smell the bottom of the bottle.
Smells
Whatever
like
was touching
glass.
in my fridge.
Weird.
This is a strong, gin juniper aroma. That's what I'm getting from this, man, as far as the smell. What are you getting?
A little bit of that, and then, now as it sits for a couple seconds, I'm starting to get some funk.
Yeah, there is some of that, and the lime is there. I just went in and took a sip. Hello, you beautiful beer.
Holy.
Yeah, Brandon just made a face that if nobody knew Brandon, like I know Brandon, I knew that was ooh man, that's good. What the hell did I just sip?
Yeah.
It looked like a disgusted face, but it's not. It is perplexed because this beer is fucking fantastic.
Holy hell, dude.
Yeah.
As somebody who, and this is a turning point, because as somebody who does not like gin, I would shy away from this normally. And somebody who's not, I like particular sours. I don't like the whole gamut of sours. There's a particular sour. I think I like these, I think I'm more to the wild ales versus, whatever else there is that people call sour. I do like the wild ales, and the way they did this with the gin, I don't feel like I'm getting bombarded with gin flavor like I would if I was drinking a barrel aged beer. I'm not getting all that bourbon and barrel. But whatever they did, man, it complements it so well.
Yes, this is incredibly refreshing. There's a tartness to it. There is this. I'm getting the gin barrel, but not in the sense where it's oh man, this sat in there. And
it's not blowing everything away.
Exactly. It's a nice, like you said, it's a nice compliment to the actual beer itself. This is, this is really good. You know what this would be good for? Sit in the backyard on a hot summer day, man. This is
after having a nice, delicious 19% stout.
Yeah, have a 19% stout and then switch to this.
Oh, you get a lot of the flavor.
I see you probably didn't pour all the bottle into your glass, correct?
Not
so
yet.
I did, and you can see the difference. Look at mine and look at how clear yours is.
Currently, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to top it off now.
Because there is some sediment in the bottom of this bottle. And this bottle,
I'm going to do a little twirly twirl.
what's the, how many ounces is? Oh yeah, 8.5 fluid ounces, a 250 milliliter bottle. This is how they did their Dino S'mores barrel aged last year. Was it all the Dino S'mores, or was it just?
I think just the barrel aged.
Yeah.
And I think I still have. No, I believe I have a growl left.
Oh, nice. That was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's
there goes the clarity.
Yeah, the clarity's gone. It is nice and cloudy now. I like the format for this because I don't know if I need more than 8.5% of this beer, only because I feel like my palate might get blown out by the tartness of it.
Yeah.
And that's me because of my sensitivity to, I feel like, certain sour beers. But I think Dan, our friend Dan Hip Hops, hello Dan, I know you're listening. Sorry you're not here to try this with us. You would have loved this one. If you can find it, go ahead and get it. Unless you have one sitting in your basement, which you might. Really nice. Really, really nice. It is refreshing. There's like a...
It's that lime, man.
It's funny, like I mean, we've talked a million times about, beer for tacos. They clearly know what they're doing when it comes to lime and beers. But there is this, and I think that's from the wild, with it being a wild ale and the wild yeast, there is this like tartness and aftertaste that reminds me of cranberries when I have like real cranberry sauce.
Okay.
Like if someone's making it with like real cranberries, that is a familiar type. That's just where my brain's putting this right now, which I really like. And there's no cranberry in this, but that is kind of something I'm getting from this beer. And it's 6.5%, something like that.
Yeah, 6.8, I believe. Yep.
Yeah, 6.8, so almost 7%. And this is really super easy drinking for it being almost 7% beer.
So just out of curiosity, I did a quick search on these Rangpur limes, and they're named... common names for this fruit include Rangpur, the name of a city, which is now Bangladesh. And I believe it's kind of a hybrid because it's a citrus lime or lemon hybrid.
What?
Yeah, so it says sometimes called the Rangpur lime, mandarin lime, or lemondarin is a hybrid between the mandarin orange and the citron. It is a citrus fruit with a very acidic taste and an orange peel, and an orange peel and flesh. So it's orange. It's an orange fruit because it's basically, derived from mandarin oranges. But it's got that, it's so acidic, it lends itself to a lime. That's kind of cool. And so in the description, like they're literally showing a bottle of so Tanqueray makes a Rangpur gin.
Ooh, interesting.
So it's not too far off to think that this is maybe where they got the idea. I don't know. But I could see how that fruit would go well with gin.
Absolutely. Side note here, you completely froze at one point, so I missed most of what you were saying. That's okay. I think the recording caught and it was fine.
I hope so.
Well, I mean, we're recording separately vocally. It's just, I'll be able to match it up. I just wanted to point that out in case there's any, reason why I might ask you something. That type of fruit, though, it's the crossbreed. Did I get this right? You said mandarin orange?
Yeah.
And lime? And
basically a lemon.
A lemon. Wow.
Yeah.
I like that, man. I want to get my hand on some of those. Make a cocktail with that. This is a good cocktail drink, man. I think anybody who likes cocktails would really enjoy this beer a lot.
Agreed.
I love it. I would if they end up having, sorry, I had to clear my throat, everybody. If they do this again, or if they still have bottles lying around, I might want to grab another one of these, man. It's really, really nice. I think my wife would enjoy it for sure.
Yeah, so it says, so for those that are interested, the malt bill is Pils, Vienna, and Flaked Wheat. The hops are Sterling and Herkules, and Grungiest. Secret ingredients, are Rangpur limes and hand-picked gin barrels.
I'd like to know I wonder what gin barrels who they got them from.
Yeah.
But maybe it's a blend, a mix of some, and not an exclusive thing. So, yeah, I dig it, man. I really like it. Thanks for sharing this with me.
Yeah, I'm surprised how much I like it.
Me too.
Actually, no, I'm not surprised. I mean, because Off Color does really good stuff.
But I mean, with you not caring
Liking
for
gin.
gin,
Yeah.
same with me. I don't really like gin, but this is good.
Everything
Solid
complements each other so well in this. So,
I like it. I
yeah,
dig it.
me too.
I would drink more of this if we had it.
No, I don't. I was like,
I
wait,
know.
do I? No.
No, you had 2 bottles. You gave me one.
I was like, all right, off to the Off Color site.
Well, I do know this. They did do a beer for Derbies that was only available at their at the Mousetrap
room?
this weekend.
Oh.
Yep. And it was a barely. It's like a mint julep type of beer. Yeah, a mint julep inspired beer. So I kind of wish I went and got that. That would have been good to have today. The Derby, it happened today, and I had no idea. So I'm not.
I completely forgot about it until somebody had asked. I don't know if I was cleaning up or what I was doing. Somebody's like, they were asking if the yacht club that I'm a part of had a Kentucky. Oh, they're selling 4-packs of
The Derby?
Yep, beer for Derby's 4-pack.
Yeah, we should go get us some.
Yeah, so they were asking about it, and I was like, I knew the yacht club that we were part of was having a party tonight because they'd emailed me asking me if I wanted to work, and I was like, no.
I do, but I don't. And by do, I mean don't.
My son's got a thing going on. I don't know.
There's already a party going on.
They do have the Gin Week still available too. A 4-pack is $16.
Maybe you and I should take just a little field trip over there and grab both of those things and have a beer while we're there. Not right now, obviously, but sometime
good.
maybe in the near future.
Yes.
Maybe sometime this week would be nice.
Yeah. Hey, we'll see what happens.
Weather's going to be nice. It might be a good time to sit out there and have a beer together. So we'll see.
Isn't it supposed to be like almost 80s all week or something like that?
2 days, it's going to be in the mid 80s. So we're going from fucking fall to summer. Welcome to Chicago.
And I'm going to get terribly sick, I'm sure.
I probably will as well, because that is what happens.
Yep.
Brandon, thanks for sharing this with me, man. I appreciate
man.
it, as always. It's a delicious beer, and anybody in the Chicago area, if you're planning to come visit the Chicago area, you should probably go and stop over at Off Color and grab yourself a 4-pack of this, or, anything else they have, because Off Color apparently can do no wrong in my eyes. I'm waiting to find the beer that I don't like from them. Coffee Dino S'mores was the closest this year. I just wasn't feeling it, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah. It's not a beer I hate.
No.
Beer was
I just wasn't for me. All right, man. I think that's going to do it for this week. I love you, buddy.
Love you too, man.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us individually on social media. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, and on Untapped as BDubDrinksBeer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Ace of Help Chicago, on Twitter, The Ace of Help Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all three. Dan can be found on Instagram as hip__hops and hip hops on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.